Hey everybody, my name is Matt Bultiel. I don't know if I'm gonna should be calling this a podcast or what, or a video series. I don't know, and I don't really think it matters. I am also not smart enough to video edit, so if I have lights on weird spots on my face or my phone falls over, I apologize. But I will keep going and keep pushing forward. I'm a very, very busy individual, and the message will not be distorted by any of those. The message I'm going to be trying to get across in this series is going to be to help my listeners and their friends and family and whoever they are kind enough to share this with, to be more self-confident, and be more successful and healthier individuals that contribute more to society. And the way I'm going to help you do this is by asking you to tell me what you'd like to learn about, what helps you when I talk about certain things, and what you'd like to learn about more. I am more than willing to put in whatever time it takes to deliver the message that you need to hear. So please let me know what it is that I talk about that you like and would like to hear more of, or stop hearing about. So the reason that I'm making this is that I've been stagnant recently. I'd say in the last 3 years. 5 years ago, I fell head over heels for the most terrific woman that I know or ever will know, probably, my now wife. When I met her in Vancouver, BC, where I was out actually on a night partying with some friends, and she jumped on me, and I followed her all the way out here. After some deliberation, I said, you know what, I don't have anything very successful going for me in Vancouver, and so I'm going to try this Regina, Saskatchewan, which is basically in the middle of Canada, out, and I'm gonna try it. And if I fail everything, I'm sure my family would be nice enough to buy my plane ticket back. Bought a house, knew each other for about 6 months, got married, knew each other for about 5 years, and so that was just a few months ago. Actually, this July, coming up on a year. Better remember that anniversary. That we've been married and been very, very happy. We don't have any human babies yet, but we have lots of furry ones. We have some dogs and cats and that sort of stuff. So that's a little bit about me, and maybe a little too much. So I've been stagnant. I didn't have the friend group that I had in Vancouver here, so it's very easy to over involve yourself in work and projects and that sort of stuff, and so that's what I did. And recently I switched careers. That gave me a little more time to have available, and so I thought, you know what, I need to start giving back and stop being so selfish and just reading all the time and that sort of stuff. And so what I've recently started doing is coaching boxing for young and at-risk youth, and helping them develop some confidence and some life skills that maybe they otherwise wouldn't have been able to develop or have the opportunity. And maybe all I'm gonna do is help them have the confidence, and see their self-worth enough to maybe take an opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have, because the opportunity is there just as much as it is for every other individual to be something great, something fantastic. Kids that right now live in poverty could be the next Elon Musk. They could be the next person that becomes a lawyer that keeps an innocent person out of jail, or the next surgeon that saves somebody from having a heart transplant go wrong, and they make sure that it goes right, or discover a cure for cancer, or to decide that the cure for cancer can no longer be hidden and needs to get out to the public, or whatever, another number of things. Individuals need to first get the confidence under them to do that, and the encouragement to see their self-worth, because everybody is so very important, and needs to see that. And when we start welcoming especially strangers with open arms and an open, warm heart, that's when we'll start seeing the changes in society that we need to see. I think that society's kind of on a teeter-totter right now, between sticking with what we're doing right now, and really continuing to do a lot of damage to the world, and definitely the planet, and the opportunities for especially disadvantaged and a group that's growing to be more disadvantaged. Or we can totter, and what could happen is we have a greener spaceship we call Earth. We could have other opportunities for more sustainable economic reliances, and just a happier all around individuals and people and that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm trying to contribute. My contribution is very small, but it's going to be very persistent, and I'm going to keep trying this thing out, and so please make any recommendations you can, and let's stay positive and love each other and help each other. A little bit about my professional life is that I still call myself, I'm a plumber, and in Vancouver I tried construction. Wasn't tough enough to really stay on that route. I went more into the service industry, and I more into the technical side of things, installing furnaces, installing boilers. Then eventually worked my way into troubleshooting them and that sort of stuff as an apprentice. And then met this fantastic girl, moved to Regina, Saskatchewan, and as an apprentice and as a helper in a van, pushed and was persistent and taking home information to learn, and was able to work myself into running my own service calls and doing that sort of stuff. And eventually, a year after I joined the company and was still very young, I think I was 21 at the time, the opportunity for a management position came available in the company. I was up against a 40-year-old, very successful individual in fighting for the role, and I was very persistent. I would bug the general manager and some of the ownership group when they're trying to go home, and telling them why I was the right choice and all those sorts of things. Eventually, and probably by the skin of my teeth, I won the opportunity to manage that department, and grew it significantly, and was very successful. And I was very successful because of a work ethic that was instilled in me by others, and how I was mentored in that role by the ownership group, by managers. I was very fortunate. And so you can start to see where I see it so important to start giving back, and giving those other opportunities to other people. Of course, with the work ethic that I have, I can get very over involved in projects and things that I'm doing, and I started spending not almost every waking hour working. I was either at the office, or helping my guys out on a call, or out with customers, or at home pricing work orders, or whatever else I was doing. And it started putting a strain on my relationship, and my wife started nudging me, telling me very subtly, you know what, we need to spend time together, you need to spend time on yourself. And I kind of pushed it aside, and it was always, I'll do that later, I'm focusing on this, you don't see that I'm doing this for us. But the reality is that if you're doing something for your family should be able to see it. And if they can't, you need to step back and evaluate, have I gotten lost in accomplishing my goal, and in achieving what I want to do for my family. And I eventually was stopped being so bullheaded, and did that assessment and found out that I was wrong, and started trying to work less hours. But I had already set a standard that could not be maintained with less hours. And so what I had to do is I had to move on from that company to another one. And now I'm in sales full time. Still in the mechanical field, but more on the sales side, and helping customers focus their energy and monies more effectively, so that they're having a better return on investment, and we're treating the earth better. Shorter run times of mechanical equipment and stuff like that I won't be getting into today. And so I'm very fortunate. I've worked for a lot of great companies, had a lot of great mentors, and when I decided to make this switch, it made all the opportunities that I had previously been blinded to come up and come available. And so sometimes you just need to take that leap of faith when you're 25 and a manager of a large company, that you know what, maybe I'm going to jump, maybe I'm not ready for a role like this, and I'm going to take a pay cut, and I'm going to try something else because it's going to make other opportunities for me and help me develop at a better rate. And so that's the choice I made, and I'm very, very glad I did it. So please, if you're stuck with an opportunity like that, please assess it very carefully and very methodically, and give it the opportunity that it needs to take. So now that I have all this time, I'm able to spend more time with my family, travel more, all that sort of stuff. That's really important to me, and I'm a lot happier for it. So please do something to change your life. Nobody should ever have to live less than they feel that they need to, or are they're not good enough or anything like that. Everybody is good enough. You need to set goals. You need to set what you define success is. Make sure that works with your family, and move forward to achieve that, and be willing to adjust the sails as necessary on your path to success, but do not dilute what you call success and what your real goal is, that you're trying to accomplish. You will need to adjust that. I know one of my favorite comedians, Bill Burr, he says he failed for the first 11 years that he was going for becoming a successful stand-up comedian, and for the first 11 years he didn't know if he was going to go on stage and kill it, or if he was going to go on stage and bomb. And that's kind of where I am right now, and so it's very encouraging to hear that someone as fantastic as him, and please give his podcast and all that an opportunity and a listen. That he had the same struggles I'm having, and as every successful person has. Every successful person that is telling you the truth will tell you that they failed their way to success. Whenever I meet someone successful, my first question is, what was your first day like when you took the jump, and what was your first year like when you took the jump? And it's a lot of, I was eating ramen noodles, and I'm really not sure if I made the right decision, but you know what, they're driving the nice cars, or living the nice lifestyle, or traveling lots, and living their dream, and being able to instill it in others. So I would say that it worked out and was worth the jump. I really doubt that anyone's going to be on their deathbed saying, "Thank God that I stuck to my menial job that I felt I was better at then, and didn't go for the goal, because maybe I would have got kicked out of my apartment, or maybe I would have got my home foreclosed, and not being able to watch the same rerun of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 60 times." And so you need to take the plunge, need to take the opportunities, and always bet on yourself. So some things I wrote down here is find out what success is to you. Define it yourself. Don't let someone else define it. You need to think long and hard. What would you do for free? Make sure that it's your passion and not somebody else's. Trim the fat in your life. This might be people right from your childhood that have been around forever, but are kind of poisonous to you, and not helping you achieve your goal. It may be the opportunity that you get a new iPhone every year, and you need to maybe cut out this year because you need some more money to put towards your goals. Really give back and smile. You need to give back, and if when you give back, it makes your success all that much more sweet. This is my first opportunity to give back, and I'm very thankful for it. I'm excited to see how it's going to go, and where it's going to go, and how I'm going to be able to help you guys. And I'm excited to do that wherever I can and however I can. So please let me know how I can do that. I love you all. I will be here for you. I'm here for you always. And thank you very much. Bye-bye.